Good morning children, welcome to the online class 31. We started the essay 2 portions, chapter 9, force and laws of motion. I already told you in the last video, before video only, this lesson, this chapter you have already studied in the class 8. So they have told only to revise this lesson. So I have just, I am not going for details about that, just what are the topics, contents are there, that we will just see that the definitions and examples for that. I just revise the lesson in that. Okay children. So take out your textbook and revise whatever explaining them. In the previous class we just discussed about what is mean by force and what is balance and the unbalanced force, and the last class we discussed about the first law of motion and its examples. Okay. So this class we are going to discuss about the second law of motion. So you know about that what is mean by the force and how the object will be act upon the once the force will be applied on the object. Okay. So how the force will be acting on the object, then how the object will be react for that force. So that we will discuss, and we discuss about the first law of motion and example. Then first law of motion also called the law of inertia. Inertia means the object will be in the rest, means it remains to tends to rest. The object will be means the object will be moving, means it tends to moving only. So that is the first law of motion. Now this class we are going to discuss about the remaining topics from the textbook. Take out the page textbook, page number 118. 118, second law of motion. The first law of motion indicates that when an unbalanced external force acts on the object. So the first law of motion, what it is telling is, until we will apply the force on the object will be in the same position. The object will be in the rest, means it will be continuous in the rest only. The object will be moving, means it will be keep on moving in the same speed. There is no changes in the movement. So that is called what? First law of motion. So here in velocity it can be changed once the unbalanced force will be applied on the object. That is, the object gets an acceleration. That means the object can start to move. We would now like to study how the acceleration of an object depends on the force applied to it and how we measure a force. So in this second law, what we are going to learn means how this acceleration of an object acts in that. How it is depending to the force applied on the object. Let us recount some observations from our everyday life. During the game of table tennis, if the ball hits a player, it does not hurt him. So the table tennis ball, you know the size of in that, the weight of in that, the mass is very less. If the hit means, if it will be come and hurt someone hit also, nothing will be happen for that. At the same time, on the other hand, when the fast moving cricket ball hits a spectator, that means those are the audience, it will be hit the audience, means it may hurt him. Why means, because compared to the tennis ball, cricket ball mass is weight. The ball weight is more compared to the tennis ball. So depending to the object weight mass, the acceleration will be different. The speed will be different, and it may causes the more amount of the the causes will be more for that. Okay. So a truck at rest. Another example now. A truck, any like a vehicle truck, it will be in a rest. It does not require any attention when parking along a roadside. So we won't give any attention for that. The trucks will be stopped on the roadside, parking on the roadside. Okay. At the same time, once the truck will be start to move, just it is slowly it is moving also. If it is hit to anyone, the person, those are going in the roadside, that it will be hurt more for the person. That means what? The speed, the velocity will be causes here. The velocity will be make the effect of the object. Okay. But moving truck, even its speed as slow, that means 5 meters second per 1, may kill a person standing in its path. So just it's moving, it start to move means it will be hit any persons on the roadside, means the person will be die or he will be get more injury for that. So what it will be conclude means the speed, the velocity will be change the object movements. Okay, a small mass such as the bullet may kill a person when fired from a gun. So you know that from the gun the bullet is very small. Okay, but if it will be fired there, it will be hit someone means the person will be die. Its effect is more. Okay, so that is called what? The speed and the velocity and the mass, depending to the object speed, velocity and the mass, here the movements will be varying. Observe velocity. Depends. Mass means weight, mass and velocity, speed, velocity. Okay. Similarly, if an object is to be accelerated, we know that the greater force is required to give a greater velocity. In other words, there appears to exist some quantity of importance that combines the object's mass and its velocity. One such property called momentum. So here the object will be depending to the mass and the velocity. No. So this combines the object. This property is called what? Momentum. So the momentum has both the direction and the magnitude. So because the direction means what, the object will be start to move in any direction, that is, it can able to change the direction once the force will be applied on the object. And then magnitude, the physical quantity of the object, that is called the physical quantity of the speed is called what? Magnitude. Okay. So this is called what? Momentum. The word is momentum. The momentum, it will be mentioned in the word P. Okay, this momentum will be mentioned in the letter P of an object is defined as the product of its mass and m, and mass is m and velocity v. That is, momentum is equal to mass into velocity. M means small m is the mass and v is the velocity. So momentum is equal to the object depending to their mass and velocity. Okay. Momentum has both direction and the magnitude. Its direction is the same as that of velocity. The SI unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. So the SI unit of momentum is meter second per meter of momentum is SI unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. Kilogram meter per second. Since the application of an unbalanced force brings a change in the velocity of the object, it is therefore clear that the force also produces a change of momentum. So here, until we apply any external unbalanced force upon the object, till the object will be rest. That is the first law of motion. No? So here, in some of the object, that means some of the mass and the velocity, it can be able to change its momentum. That is called what? Momentum is there. The velocity will be changed. Therefore, here the force also produces a change of momentum. Let us consider a situation in which a car with a dead battery is to be pushed along a straight road to give in the speed of 1 meter second per 1. For example, we can see sometimes while we are traveling in a bus, the bus will be stopped in that, So by the time the driver will be telling to some of the persons like gents, get down and like a 5 to 10 members, 5 to 6 members, get down and push the bus in the back side then. So the battery is low, there is no charge in that. Then also some of the certain speed, if it will be given to the acceleration means it will be stalled. So that is called what? Momentum in there. Okay. So this is the example for the second law of motion. So what it is telling to the second law of motion means it states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force. So the rate of change of momentum, what will be changed there? Rate of change of momentum is the speed and the velocity will be changed at the moment. At the spot moment, it will be change of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force. It's called the second law of motion. Applied force in the direction of the force. This is called what? Second law of motion. So some of the external unbalanced force will be applied on the object. Or that object will be dependent to their mass and velocity. So that certain velocity, the speed will be change its speed of the object. Okay, that is called what? Second law of motion. So next, the mathematical symbol, no need to read. That is the related portions. That is. So next we are going to see the third law of motion. Next, the third law of motion. In the third law of motion, in the second law, what we have discussed. What we are applying the force, unbalanced force, that is depending to the object mass and the velocity, the object can be able to change its momentum. Okay. So here the third law of motion, what it is telling is, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. That means whatever the force we applied on the object. Okay. So there are two different bodies will be acted here. One force will be applied on the object, then immediately the object will be react for that is in an equal but in the opposite side. For example, we will be fire the bullet, means gun. Bullet refill will be fired there. So force we applied on that, we just press in that button. What will happen? The bullet will become out in the opposite side. It will go and hit in that. Okay, that is the example for that. And even the rocket, the action it will be, we will be firing that, it will be going to opposite side. Okay, that is called what? To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, and this force will be act on the two different bodies. So here the two different bodies will be acted. Okay, so we will be seeing now details. Page number 122. The first two laws of motion tell us how an applied force changes the motion and provide us with the method of determining the force. So the first two laws, how the force will be act on the object, how the object will be react for that. Okay, so what we apply the force on the object will be moved depending to the mass and the velocity. So in that too we discuss in the that is in the first and the second law of motion. So here the third law of motion states that when one object exerts a force on the other object, so one object will be exert the force to the another object. Okay, so here in the bullet also we will be pressing the button. That is one thing, and the force we applied on that. What will happen? Bullet is separate. It is inside the rifle. Okay, so the bullet will become outside automatically. It will be that force will be exerted on that bullet. The bullet will become out and it will be going to the opposite side. Not it will be coming to the back side forward, and this will be go for the back forward. Does not coming to the backward then. Okay, so that is the example for that. These two forces are always equal in the magnitude but opposite in direction. So what we are applying the force, that is from one object to the another object, it will be in the equal, but the second object will be getting to the force, no, that will be go to the other direction, not in the same opposite direction. It will be go further. So that's what, once we start to fire the bullet rifle, what will happen? We apply the force, the bullet will be go to the opposite side for us. Okay, that is called what? For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So this will be happen in a two different bodies. Okay, these force act on different bodies and never on the same object. In the game of football, sometimes we, while looking at the football and trying to kick it with a greater force, collide with the player of an opposite team. Both feel hurt because each applies a force to the other. In other words, there is a pair of force and not just one force. The two opposing force are also known as action and reaction force. So even we are kicking the football, both the teams, both are corner, both two players will be corner that ball, both are hitting in that. Okay, the ball, they both are get the pain in that because both are giving the equal force on the object, that means on the ball. So here the action and the reaction will be acting on the object, but here the two different bodies applying the force on the object. So let us consider the other examples for that. For example, spring balance is there. One spring balance, in that another spring balance it will be joined in that. You just push that spring balance in that. Okay, you just pull in that. By the time what will happen? The both the spring balance will be come together. So that is what, from here the force will be acting on the two objects. So two different bodies, but equal amount we are applying the force. Then it will be react for them. Another example, while we are standing on the, as a sailor jumps in. Another example, as a sailor jumps. Another examples also we can see a sailor in the boat. He will be come from out of the boat. Okay, he will be jump from the boat to the surface. Okay, on the land. By the time what will happen? The boat will be go backward then. So here what happened? The force what we are trying to jump from the sailor to boat to the ground. By the time the mass will be decreased there. Okay, the boat mass will be decreased there. So that is the reason the boat will go backside of it then. And one more thing, in that skateboard you can see the two children they will be standing on the skateboard. By the time one person he has given to the other person to some things. By the time the things mass weight is there, no, that will be transferred to one person to the other person. By the time the who was giving to the thing, by the time the weight mass will be decreased. that mass will be increased to the opposite person. So here what will happen? The mass will be decreased. So depending to the mass, here the skateboard, those who are giving the thing, no, that person will be come back further. So here depending to the mass, the object will be act on the, this means the force will be act on the object. So every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. It will be happen in the two different bodies. That is called what? Third law of motion. Next is the conservation of momentum. What is mean by conservation of momentum means, in the third law what it is saying, to the every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So here the formulator, this conservation of the law before you have studied, there is a no, the energy will be, the means one second. So next conservation of momentum. Conservation means we know that we have to be conserved with that. Okay, this remains that. So here there is no external force acting on the object means already the object having some of the energy in that, no, so that will be there only. It won't be based in that, and no other energy also will be added in that. Okay, so there is no external object acting on the object until the object will be remains, that momentum will be remains conserved. That means saved in that only. It will be in that, it will be present in that only. That is called what? Conservation of momentum. So even there, for example, if we are not doing any work, what we have the energy, it will be in our body only. No, so once we start to do work, our energy will be loose. So like that, until the external force acting on the object, the energy will be remains in that momentum in that object only. That is called what? Conservation of momentum. So that's all in this lesson. Just we revise the lessons, whatever they have given the content. Already have studied it. For that inconvenient means deleted portions of the situation. They have deleted this lesson. Go to